Ignace Aleya from ToleratedCinematics.com, and today I will be talking about the ViiGim. ViiGim is a 3-axis gimbal, which you can see right here, and it's single-handed, so that's great. I was looking for something like this for a long time, and finally I came across the ViiGim, and I must say I'm pretty satisfied with what it is, and I will be going over its features right now. So the ViiGim, as I said, is a 3-axis camera stabilizer, which is really easy to set up. I have calibrated my camera on here within like 5 minutes, but I have used gimbals in the past, so I know how to stabilize them. But under 5 minutes, everything should be set up and you should be ready to go. So something that I really like about single-handed camera gimbals is that you can use them in smaller spaces, so you can be more creative in the use of them than for a Ronin M, for example. So as you might know, I use the Ronin M, and it's a great gimbal, but it's really heavy, it's really big, and you can't really use them in small spaces, for example on live events, and I shoot a lot of live events. So the Ronin M is great for short films, or if you want to use like really big lenses and really heavy cameras, then you should maybe go to the Ronin. But this 3-axis camera gimbal is really great for mirrorless cameras like the GH4 that I am using right now, the Sony A7S, and currently I am using my GH4 with the 12 to 35mm lens, which is a great setup for this gimbal, and it's awesome that it can support that weight and I can just use it with one hand. Also, you can use like a two-hand setup if you like to for more stabilization. So these options are on this gimbal. As you can see, this is something that comes in the box. And as you can see on the bottom of the gimbal, you can attach it to like, for example, the Ronin M handle. So if you prefer a two-hand setup, you can definitely use your Ronin M handles and put them on here if you want to for different kind of shots. Another thing that's pretty great about this is that it comes with a joystick. Right here you can control your camera movement. Another thing that I really love about the ViiGim is that I can flip out my screen of the GH4 like you can see on the screen right now, and I can easily see what I am filming. And if I do this with the Ronin M, I can't see my screen, so I am obligated to get an external monitor, but then it gets frustrating because it needs cables and it needs all kind of connections and extra batteries, and sometimes I just don't like that, and definitely on shoots that you can prepare. So again, it's great for short films but not for everyday shooting. So this is great for running, gunning, and doing quick shoots. So that's why I really wanted something like this. The ViiGim comes in a pretty solid box, so that's also cool if you want to travel with it. It's pretty sturdy and you can use it to travel, as I said. So the battery compartment is in the handle itself, so right here you can put the batteries. If I unscrew this, you can see there are no batteries in here right now, but you can put 3 batteries in here. The batteries are these batteries that you can find online in like many stores. In my country, Belgium, it's not really a common battery, but you can easily buy them on Amazon, eBay, and stuff like that. So I got me a few so I can keep going and I don't have to go to the store. So let me put this back on here. So the stabilization, it's pretty great. Definitely make sure that you're not using heavy lenses. So my setup is a little bit like the max you can go, a GH4 with a 12 to 35mm lens. It works great with that setup, but you shouldn't go any heavier. Well, I wouldn't suggest it, but yeah. And these are kind of the setups that you can use. Also, it's great for the Sony A7S. Definitely with the 5-axis in-camera stabilization, I would really love to test that out because then the smoothness would be perfect. But it's already pretty great, and in slow motion it's an incredible, nice gimbal. As you can see in these shots, I really love it that you can use it in different modes. So about the stabilization of this camera, it works great. Definitely with my setup, the GH4 with the 12 to 35mm lens, I wouldn't suggest to go higher in weight with the GH4, so don't use any other heavier lenses. Well, I wouldn't suggest so. But it would also work great with the Sony A7S and definitely with the 5-axis in-camera stabilization. So I would really love to test that out. The smoothness would be perfect, but it's already pretty great, as you can see in my footage here. Also, it comes with a few different modes, which you have a button for right here. 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, like in most common gimbals. And then you would have a follow mode, a lock mode, an underslung mode, which I really love because you can really make nice cinematic shots close to the ground. And I love these kind of shots. It's like it's shot on a dolly, but it's using a gimbal. So you can really do some cool stuff with that. So that's all great. One thing that I think is a little bit less on this gimbal, but it's on most gimbals, and I think that's unfortunate, but that's just me, is that you can't follow the battery life. So if I don't calculate how much battery I still have left, it's possible that it would fail on me. So that's something that I really love on the Ronin M. You have like these 4 dots. 4 dots means full battery, and then yeah, they keep going away. And then at 1 dot, I change the battery because I know that it can die. So that's something that I would really love on these kind of gimbals, so that I can follow the percentage of the battery life. But yeah, that's really all I can say about this gimbal. All the rest is pretty great, and it's also very easy to set up. As I said, in under 5 minutes you can do this. It's all toolless, as you can see right here. Can just screw everything easily on here. You have to find the right spot for your camera and find the right balance, but once you know that, you can write it all down or remember it, and then you're good to go, and the next time it will only take a minute to set up. So that's great. You also have like this tripod, or like, how would I say, so you can put it on, so you can balance it on flat surface. And that's something that this gimbal needs, because if you want to calibrate it, if you want to put it on, it has to calibrate itself each time that you use it, so it can really be smooth enough. And so you put it on a flat surface, put it on, and it will calibrate itself within a few seconds. So it's also a really fast setup, and you can start shooting immediately. It comes with this plate, but actually if you look right here, with the camera well balanced on this gimbal, you don't actually need it. Right now you do need it, but if your camera is hung here and it's all well balanced out, it will just stand on its own, so you really don't need this. I never take this with me if I use this gimbal, because it stands on its own without any problems. So this is the ViiGim. If you know a lot about gimbals and you want to configure it, it's also no problem. So if you want to get into it and changing modes and things like that, you can do that. So that's great as well. I'm no hero in these kind of things, and I don't really need it either, so I just use my gimbal the way I bought it, and it works great for me. But sometimes you need to get into these modes to fix some issues or stuff, or like update things, so you can really configure it the way you want to. So to charge your batteries, you need this charger. It comes with the gimbal. I had to buy a converter because I'm in Europe, so we have different plugs here, so I had to get that on too. But yeah, so that's the charger for your batteries. This is my review on the ViiGim. I really enjoyed working with this. It's easy to use. So yeah, and if you want to find out more, look it up. I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. And yeah, that's it for my video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.